Welcome to the fourth episode of the Meet the Master Craftsman. For us also, it has been a learning process, all the three interviews that we did before, and then today what we'll be doing with Prateek. And interestingly, even certain stuff which even we didn't know, or maybe because we're out of touch with some of our boys and girls for a long time, and it's come up to us as a surprise also is how our students have struggled, they've worked so hard, and they've made such a good impact in their careers and lives. Those are very, very empowering stories, each one of them. And today I'm bringing you another one. Pratik basically is from Chennai. And when he came to me, of course, he was a nice lolly-bolly guy. And now you see him as a muscle-built character. But he is somebody who came to me, I think it must be what, 2006 or 2007. Was it 2006 or
2005?
2005? I see. Oh, wow. 2005. Fair enough. Okay, next, please. Right. Now, Pratik has won incredible amount of awards. I'm not going to be talking about all of them, but some of them, which is interesting as well. It was featured in the Smart and Better Photography magazines 2017. That's one thing which I liked. Spider Black and White Awards nominated in two categories. Grand Certificates of Merit. Well, that was a Shari performance that he did, and he did a pretty decent job with it. And yes, he was one of the guys who did the shoot for the Government of Maharashtra calendar that was given to Shari Academy to be shot in 2007. Another thing that we did, which was very interesting, was normally Dahi Handi. Dahi Handi in Mumbai is a very famous sport. I mean, it's a festival where the people make a pyramid and they climb up and break the matka, and there's a very lot of noise and things. And we came up with an idea that, instead of taking picture from below or from the side or something like that, how would it be if you're right on top of those guys, when you have rappelling equipment and stuff like that, and take a shot from up there when they are breaking the handi from down there. So that was just a thought, and these guys went crazy and they did it. And that became quite a talk of the town because nobody had ever shot a handi with rappelling over the handi was, I think, 40 feet height. And these guys were about 55 or 60 feet high between two buildings, that coming in the middle out there, turning down and then taking a picture. Ridiculous, but that is what we have always pushed our students to do. So that will be a very interesting thing. In fact, we might have a couple of pictures to share it with. He's just exhibitor award for PIA, winner of Fujifilm Super 6 Photographer of the Year. I think two people from Shari made it, and I think he's one of them. He has, in fact, won a lot, and done a lot of work also. So instead of bubbling, I'll start talking with him. Let's see. Hi, Pratik. Welcome to Meet the Master Craftsman. I'm seeing you after a very long time. Wait. So, what okay. So sorry about that. Nice to see you after a long time. I can see the effect of COVID. Little easy. I've never seen you there with beard like that, but it's okay. Not a bad. Looks good on you, in fact. And good. I'm glad to have you on the show. And I would be basically asking you to share your life and your career and all what you've done with the viewers, and hopefully that will make a nice story for today evening. But before we start, I think you would like to start with a small presentation movie, right? So which one do you want?
The BTS one.
Okay, the BTS one. Nice. It's small but nice, but I like that.
Some of the stuff, yeah, most of the time, all the magazine shoots I've been doing.
Okay. Pratik, you need to come closer to your other thing because your sound is a little low. Yeah, there's no sound. People are saying, yeah.
Okay.
So that just speak a little louder.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, interesting. You started the ball rolling with Sonny Leon.
Okay, yes.
It can be as colorful as that, which is pretty nice. But good. You want to say something about this BDS which you just showed? Or
It's just basically all the BTS shots are from like you can't hear me. It's not clear yet.
no, you can hear me. We can hear you now.
Yeah. So this is mostly all the some magazine shoots I did in last 6-7 years, especially before 3 years. So all few BTS from it. I love to. I hate to be behind in front of the camera. So all my shots are behind. So nothing much. So yeah, just the feel of what's happening, my studio space and all this stuff.
No, I saw that. We have very minimal equipment and going and blasting shots,
Yeah.
which is pretty nice because that's what you guys were taught. Okay, so what next? How are we going to do this? Are we going to do the presentation first?
Yeah, we can start with the presentation.
Okay.
So I had like I started photography in year 2000 basically when I was in after 12th standard basically. So what happened was which I think even you don't know. So like in my 12th standard, I actually failed in maths exam.
Oh,
Yeah, so I wanted to become a dentist basically, and, and I took science and with maths, and surprisingly, when I got the results, maths exam, and so at that time, we used to have like we couldn't give the exam immediately like now, but we need to take a one year break after giving the exam. So in that period of time, I went to multimedia. So I gave the exams, I passed now, and
hmm.
uh, I went to Arena Multimedia to do graphic designing and all these things. And I was always inclined towards arts and crafts. And even before in school time, because my dad is an artist and he used to always
I think your volume needs to be a little higher.
can't hear me.
Yeah, now yes, better.
So my dad was an artist, so he was a businessman. So whenever he used to have time, he used to paint, and that's where I got it from. So after my 12th exam, after I gave my exam, my supplementary exam, I joined multimedia, and was there were 2 years course, and that's where I came more in touch with photography. And then I came to know about this course by BSc Visual Communication, where it's completely related to media, and that's where it's a 3 years course, and in the final year I took major in photography, and I came university top over there in Chennai. I started doing some work over there and all this thing, but I felt that something was not right. I need to learn more. There was an institute by Ambitions for photography over there, and I did my basic and advanced course. This was just like 1 month weekend course, but it was still not enough. So then I did some research, and I went through a lot of colleges, and then I saw Shari, and this is it. So we took a decision. My parents were with me with it, and they gave full support. I was the only kid. They gave full support, and they sent me to Bombay. And I initially came for the 9 months course over here, but
Passion.
yeah, I came for 9 months course for the fashion course. And after sitting in one of the Rohinton sir's class, I was like, no, I'm missing still a lot. Fashion is just not enough. Fashion and fine art. And then I extended 2 years course. And in 2 years period of time, I did shoot a lot, like quite a bit. And I remember still like I used to come early in the morning when Shivji used to open the shutter. I was the first one to come in.
Hmm, hmm,
And because you had all the equipments, you had all the facilities, and I was always waiting to come and create something. The first 6 months of my college, of course, I know I used to roam a lot in Bombay taking pictures, and you can hear me, no, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
So first, I took so you should send us on assignments, right? That's when I used to shoot a lot, that really helped me. I remember you keep telling us that this is the only time, to create the portfolio. And that's what I did. Like I shot so much. And in this 2 years of 2 years, that I was there in Shari, especially street, I shot quite a bit. And with film and digital, I had a digital camera at that time and shot quite a bit. And it was fantastic experience. So when in Shari, 2 years of Shari, I did quite a bit, and then there was this Dahi Handi which I did. This is the next slide. And we were hanging from top on the fifth floor basically, and we took the shot over there. And whenever I got an opportunity from you, sir, like to do something unique, I always was part of it. I never said no to anything. That was the only thing.
I agree. I totally agree on
Never
that.
said no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was one of the great experience I had. Really worried. My parents were really worried that I was doing this, being so hefty at that time.
That's right. That's right.
They were really worried over there. And I remember even the news channel had captured this from the opposite
Oh,
side.
yeah. In fact, all the news channels had it because they had never seen something like this happening.
And then I won the Fuji Super 6 award over there when I was in Shari, which was a great boost for me.
Yeah, Fuji asked us to do something, and two of our kids got it. That is right. You were one of them.
Yeah, Mayur also was there.
Mm-hmm.
So it was this was a great boost actually, and winning awards really actually helps, because it gives a nice boost and it motivates you to do something more than what you're already doing.
I understand, but you see, Pratik, if you remember, I used to speak like a Gujarati bhai. I used to say that if you're going to spend an X amount of money in studying, lodging, boarding, equipments, and everything for the 2 years at Shari, remember I used to say that if whatever number of pictures you take, you divide that sum with that, you will understand how much each image costed you. You remember? So that is how I has to put pressure on you guys कि निकलते पहले 300-500 पिक्चर लेके जाएगा तो वसूल होएगा, पैसा वसूल होएगा. All the money you spend or effort that you put in will become. I also remember one thing is that when I used to do the curation for the final portfolio and exhibition that we used to guys, we put up at Shari. People used to struggle to put 50 pictures in front of me, 60 pictures in front of me. And out of the 50 pictures, I might select one. I may not even select one. And then they go outside and give me a lot of bad words. That's not a problem. But the question is, you were one of the few who came with more than 1,000 pictures to do curation in? 1,100. So I remember because at that time I was going very fast through the pictures and I was still wondering, kaun sa rakhu, kaun sa nahi rakhu. So that was, I think, the good part that pura vasool kiya, and that was a good thing that happened for you.
Actually, that really helps because when I went out after finishing Shari, I assisted Vikram Bawa, for a year I assisted Vikram Bawa, and I learned that quite a bit in Shari. I've learned quite a bit in Shari, and then after I was like, okay, fine, to just know the art and to just know all the technical aspects is not enough. And I went to Vikram Bawa to assist for a year, to learn the business of photography, which is the most important. How to talk to models, how to talk to clients. That is something which is really important after learning all the technical aspects of photography.
True.
So, yes. So I then assisted Vikram Bawa for a year. It was really fantastic experience in all ways. And then
you want to talk about these pictures which are there on the right now on?
Sorry.
You want to talk about the pictures which are on right now on the screen?
This one, it's just basically this all taken when I was in Bombay. Like I was to go and shoot, whether it's raining, whether it's sunny, whatever it is. I just really keep shooting. Especially the Crawford Market was my favorite spot to go and shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the picture of the pod was shot in Walkeshwar. You should send us to all the spots, and that's where it's all shot, most of them.
In fact, we had developed a reputation, with our students that, especially at the time of Lal Bagh Ka Raja Ka shoot, and people used to say, if there's any person climbing on a tree or latkaving ulta or on the top of a terrace or anything or on a balcony का ledge पे खड़ा है तो guaranteed है कि वो शादी का बच्चा है करके, you know. It was a very funny situation, but I think those were the good days. I think these are the two awards which you won at Shari.
Yes,
One was the Queen's Award, and that was, of course, your fashion. You put up some lovely fashion panels at that time. Hmm?
yeah. So after finishing, so I initially came for 9 months and I stayed up for 4 years basically. And my parents,
Okay. All right.
so actually came for 9 months to Bombay and I ended up staying for 4 years. And my parents got really worried that I think our son is not going to come back, you know. And so then, they forced me after Baba. Like I was working for 6 months in Bombay, and I did few assignments, 2 assignments, or I think 3 assignments. That's about it. And then I moved to Chennai. It was very difficult move. It was impossible. Never thought that I'm going to go back to Chennai. And I went back to Chennai, and for a month, it took me a month to get back to reality. And after that, so I created a portfolio. So my portfolio was, of course, a lot of fashion and a lot of fine art. And this was the previous one. So a lot of my work was fine art and fashion, of course. Even there were products, but I was initially marketing myself as a fine art and fashion photographer. So the first thing is I want to do fine art. So what I did to do fine art was I approached all the architects in Chennai because they are the only ones who are going to buy fine art stuff, so for their houses or their sites, whatever it may be. So they are the one who are going to buy pictures. So I started approaching them, and I think a third or fourth architect I met, and he saw my fine art work. He was really happy with whatever I did, and he told me that there's a celebrity house he's working on, and he wants me to go and meet that actress and see the house and all those things. So he told the actress that okay, fine, this photographer from Bombay, and you have to see his work. It's perfect for your house. And so then I went and met her, showed all the work which I've done, only the fine art work which I've done in Bombay, basically. And all this is shot in Bombay. So I went and took a place at her, took a look at her place. And okay, I said, show me pictures which will go according to my house furniture and the whole design. So then I gave her this, and she bought she bought around 15 prints from me. Like,
Okay.
this was the first assignment over there in Chennai, like a big assignment. It was a really big assignment. And this is all shot in Shari when I was learning over there. Yes. So when she bought that, it was a big amount and I was really happy. So as soon as I got that amount, I went and got lights, equipment, everything on that. The whole money I invested in, in buying the equipment, and I got a small 180 square feet space on rent.
How much?
180 square feet. That was the first space I got, and I bought the space for rent and started shooting over there, whatever like client meetings and all these things. And this was again shot in Bombay. So this is a house, like you see, that's the print on the left, and that's how this is basically a powder room, and we pasted it over there. So I completely went and approached her like this is what we should do to this place, this place, and she was very happy and she bought this, and there's one more slide next. Like, so this is how it looks.
Wow, this is really nice.
Yeah. So this is the dining area, and this is the bar area. That another print over there. It's basically serial lights. I shot in blurred, in slow shutter speed.
Interesting that you actually managed to sell yourself as an art photographer in a place like Chennai.
Yeah.
People in Mumbai have a rough time trying to sell their prints, and you'll end up with a job which is for a film star of all the people.
That was the first time, which was really great, and it was well paid basically, and it was a great boost for me. And I bought equipment and then bought a space for rent, and so it began from there. And I kept meeting architects, showing my work. I was selling quite a bit of artwork at the beginning. And then I started getting my work. And after that, I met this through one of the architects, basically. I met this fashion designer. She's really big. She's in Dubai and in Chennai. So there also, I showed her my fine art and my fashion. But funnily enough, she liked my fine art work, and she gave me the assignment to shoot her like a lookbook, but really very different one. So this is the first fashion shoot I did in Chennai.
This is what, 2007, 2008,
Yeah, 2010.
2010. Wow. Some time back.
This
Whoa.
a very interesting, just 6 shots, and she was quite happy because very different from what was happening in Chennai.
But can you talk about what thought pattern went into designing these books? I mean, how I chose the background. You just talk about the pictures more.
So this one is shot in a hotel over there. So
Okay.
the designer, we and the designer went and were scouting the location. So I found this hotel really great, and I decided the shots like we'll do this shot, this garment over here, this garment over there, and we finalized the shots with the garments, and then we shot in a day, and we got the models from Bombay, and the makeup artist was from Chennai.
Okay.
Yeah. Like
You always like this kind of backgrounds, didn't you?
sorry, sir.
You always like this kind of background, didn't you?
Yes, always, yeah.
So
And just put a small and
if I remember right, there was some competition, if I remember, and where you went silver foiling the whole thing, if I remember.
yes, MTV on the job.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
So I think you did something crazy there. Can you describe what you did there?
yes, yes. Yes, sir.
Can you talk about that? What you did? How was that experience? कैसा था?
So MTV actually through MTV on the job, I met Vikram Baba because he was one of the judge over there, and it was a great experience. So there were three of them, and we had to do everything. Like we had to do a shoot for the like campaign shoot over there, like editorial shoot, and that was a great experience because it was new for me. That was the first time I was shooting a model outside the college, and I didn't win one for that, but it was like what Vikram Baba told me during that shoot, like after judging the pictures, was you're too professional for shooting over here because everything was perfect. He said it's too perfect. We can't make you win, basically like that.
Oh, that's not a nice excuse. That's it. Okay. Hmm? We haven't talked about it. What is this campaign about?
This was the first editorial shoot I did in Chennai for a magazine.
Okay.
Yeah, so this was a full-fledged production shoot I did for the first time in Chennai. After Rehane's catalog shoot. This is the editorial shoot I did, and it was full-fledged. There were supermodels over there, and we were a team of I think there were like stylist and creative director and designers, clients, and a big team, huge team. I think there were around 17 of us, and for that to manage was a very tough because it was so. I was very nervous. The first shoot I did over there, this was like editorial. I was very nervous that time,
Mm.
and but it went out quite well. So there was a shoot in a resort in Pondicherry, and the shoot description was, like a couple going for a honeymoon after their wedding. So, what kind of luggage they are taking, what kind of moments are they having, all this stuff.
Mm.
And so we did one day we did around like 7 to 8 changes.
7 to 8 changes. That's not bad.
They were the supermodels, and the first time I was shooting supermodels in that like 2010, I think 11.
So this is like China. But how was the how did you feel about it doing this kind of work? Apart from being nervous,
So, sorry, sir.
how did you feel doing this kind of a big job? Even I mean, okay, fine. Being nervous and all this is nice, but finally when you execute it and you do a decent job where it works for the client and it works for you, what was the feeling you got at that time?
Actually, Chennai is a very conservative market. Like it is very difficult to crack that market. Like they will get the best of models. They will spend on whatever you want, but ultimately they want like a floral background and sari and jewelry and like it's very straightforward stuff. And so doing this kind of stuff took a lot of convincing, basically. And
And because I think you shared this with me
yes,
that the fashion scene in Chennai was a very typical kind of lighting and shooting. And you were so fed up with it that you were struggling so hard to make people understand that there's more than that career. But that's an interesting part of life where you have to work with your client. So share something on that. How did you convince your client to do things differently, knowing that they have been doing the same thing again and again for a long time?
yeah, so I have a campaign coming up later in the presentation where I had to crack and tell the client that let's not do whatever we're doing. Much later, I'll tell you when it comes. So
Hmm.
only advantage I had when I went back to Chennai that I am from Bombay, and I have studied in Shari and I was just Vikram Bawa. So there was a big point for me. Like so for me to tell them, okay, let's do something different, they were ready for it. Because though I had to go and do a lot of research after that, but they were confident in me that okay, fine, this guy can do it. Because of whatever portfolio I had in my hand.
Yeah, but see, if you're talking about coming out of Shari and then you spent some time with Vikram, and then you come out with the first campaign and you do have to do a pretty decent job. I do believe that the amount of work that we made you do at Shari and all that will have prepared you a bit. So I don't, though you must have been nervous, but from what I'm seeing, it's pretty decent shoot that you finally managed to do here.
Yes.
I'm pretty glad that you did this. And that's next.
So
And I love the way you like the use colors. Mm.
this shoot was supposed to happen in a gray background, and I was really not happy with what was happening, and so then I was like, let's do something different, because apparently the theme for the shoot was color blocking, and they were doing color blocking with the styling and the kites and the clothes, everything, but nothing related to photography. So then I was like, okay, let me do a sample shot and see how it goes, and then we take a call. So I lit the whole scene with four different lights, color lights, all like straight on, straight strokes on the gray background because gray only catches the color very well. So I did this shot and they loved it. And after this, we did the whole editorial shoot with the same lighting, and this became my favorite. I used to love color lighting even that time in college, and this became like my style. And after this, quite a bit I did for quite some time. I was doing the same thing, like different kind of color lighting,
Mhm.
on the models, on the background, and all this stuff. And this shoot was really good, like my favorite shoot till date.
Okay. Oh, it's nice. It's lovely. The one left shot on left is very nice. Very nice.
Everything is lit. Nothing is,
Mm. Mm.
apart from the nuclear spin that retouching. The lighting is bang on straight.
Where was this used?
In the studio, sir.
No, no. Where was this used by the client?
Yeah, this is an editorial shoot for a wedding
I
for.
told. For Chennai, this must have been radical.
Yeah, this was really good, sir. Yeah, because like after this thing went on the print, I was doing shoot continuously.
Okay. Next.
This was again in what happened during this shoot. So actually, we were supposed to we shot in a resort, and what we saw like this shoot, resort was in Pondicherry, and what we saw in the pictures, we couldn't go and do the recce to Pondicherry because the creative director was from somewhere else. And when we went there, the resort was blank, like there's nothing happening over there. So I saw these grandmoms over there in the background, like they're working in resorts. So I was like, let's use them, on the background. And this is how,
Interesting.
instead of doing some straightforward shoot, this we did this. And it
Mhm.
contrast to the whole picture.
That's like Mani Ratnam style. Mani Ratnam has a habit of putting all these old ladies in the songs, no, in the background.
Yes, yes, a lot of yeah, lot of propping.
Anything you want to talk about these pictures?
Yeah, this is
Okay, next.
so this is the team, so like the whole team, what goes behind it. And shooting sari is not easy, sir, basically. It's the most difficult thing, especially silk saris. And the lighting for it is very difficult. So we had very short time for every shot because the draping, like I remember this one shot, one change was taken in 20 minutes.
Oh, that was quick.
Yes, because sir, the draping itself was taking 2 hours. The whole change was taking 2 hours. तो उसको जब तक मॉडल चेंज करके आती है, like we had very less time. We were like really like lagging like behind when it came to time. Like so we supposed to finish the shoot at 5 or 6, and it went on till 8 p.m. I think.
Okay.
क्योंकि ये जो लास्ट शॉट है ना सर, यहाँ पर एक्चुअली दिस इज shot at 8 p.m. where the model is standing. It's shot at 8 p.m. Of course, the sky is a little bit Photoshop, but I had this para and I lit up the whole scene with it. I lit up the whole scene with 3 lights.
I can see a backlight also. Interesting, very interesting. Next. There's a question for you. You want to answer now or later?
Sure, sir.
Okay, there's a question by my favorite guy, anonymous attendee. Okay, what are some of the things you need to keep in mind when printing your fashion work? Does your edit style change?
I didn't get the question.
I think it's asking you, what do you keep in mind when you print? Because fashion for printing would basically mean you have to take certain things into consideration as far as colors and color management and a lot of things. Maybe he's asking you for that. What is your formula for it?
Of course, one thing we all learn, like when Prerna told in the last session that, we always had a folio, and I printed a folio when I went back to Chennai. The Rehane shoot I did, right? So I did a proper inject A3 size prints, single prints on a mount board. And I was meeting every client and, producing those mount boards, like showing them one print by one print. And like 8 color inject print. And like matte finish prints, So because when you see the print in hand, it's a different story altogether. So I remember like once I went to an agency with 6 prints of Rehane's fashion shoot, and he was quite surprised with what he was seeing, like the color, reproduction and all these things. And I will definitely tell everyone to, of course, first thing when you become a professional is to like color calibrate everything you have.
Perfect.
Color calibrate the printer, color calibrate the monitors, color calibrate your laptop, and sync everything, which is very, very important. There's one investment you definitely have to make, because when you send your like, of course, you have to send all these pictures in CMYK to when it's going for magazine print. You have to send all these pictures in CMYK for magazine prints, and it has to be perfect.
So I suppose where you have to invest in the things like the X-ray color checker charts and stuff like that.
I invest in the Spider, yeah, X-ray, yeah.
So something like that which works for the.
Yeah, even small, like you don't have to go like full fledged and like spend like a lakh or something. You can go small, like invest in like color card. Then it's a small instrument, 6,000, 7,000 bucks. Invest in that. So at least you can start from there and do everything manually. Then you can do everything automatically. Like then you, as you go.
True. And especially if you're using lights like brown colors and pro photos and stuff like that, the color balance is anyway bang on target as far as these lights are concerned. So a majority of your work is already done because the lights are deadly, basically, and the shapers are just perfect.
So every shot we take a color card, with the model.
Of course, that's something that is standard as far as Shah is concerned. We've done that.
Very important because the clients want the pictures to be the colors of the sari to be perfect as in the print and in the everywhere.
No, I understand because I remember even in our olden days when we used to shoot for Garden Silk and all those kind of fashion houses in those days, Because in my time, very few houses you do photography and all that kind of stuff. But the interesting part is to happen is that the client was terrified at that time that okay, the color should come on dark, but we were the trained guys who come from abroad. We knew what to do about it. So when we used to shoot it, it used to come bang on. The reason for this, I asked the client, so why are you guys so paranoid about अगर ये yellow थोड़ा इधर उधर गया तो problem क्या होगा? He said no. Problem is ladies in the Mofussil areas, the tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 areas, those people are not educated so much. So they see this images of this saris in an ad behind a Stardust or a film fair or whatever, or a, Femina or something like that. They'll tear the page, go to the shop and say, "Mere ko ye hona." Now, if the sari is there, and if the color of that sari and this picture, though the same, if it doesn't match, the sale doesn't happen.
So it happens still in, like even there we shoot editorial shoots, right? When you do like, because it's like a paid editorial shoots by the client, sari clients. And they purposely want to shoot particular size because there is still clientele in South where they bring, okay, I want same sari.
Exactly, exactly. Even today, I agree. It's not changed much. It's not changed much at all, including the क्या बोले उसका, the e-market also. The catalog market. There's an obsession of the thing, but most of them do spend a lot of time, money, and effort in the post-production while shooting finished it up.
Yeah.
Basically, what is this? This sounds very interesting. This Mughal Azam, I think.
Yeah, so it's this was basically for Women's Day. We did a campaign we did editorial shoot for a magazine, another magazine in Chennai. So we wanted to do something different. So again, all the magazines they have always low budgets. I mean, every shoot they have low.
That's the standard excuse.
Yes. So
Years, I can tell you.
So यहाँ पर क्या कैसा like I came up with the concept like let's do all the women in India like very very famous ones. Every industry like फिर cinema हो गया, music हो गया, political हो गया, and come up with a nice concept in the background, not doing anything in studio but doing post production. Because we can do great stuff even in post production. When it comes to artistic.
Use it for creative purposes, fantastic too.
Yes. So यहाँ पर हमने एक ही model, we did 6 different looks. So I created this background, with the help of a graphic designer. We did this background, like this is Indira Gandhi, this is Aarti Rukmani Devi. So इनका पूरा ऐसे बना के हमने पूरा concept करके shoot किया. And this is the same model. All the 6 pictures, same model, but the makeup is different. The whole look is different. ये Silk Smita हो गई, ये Rukmini Devi, ये. Yeah.
Interesting.
So to give a very artistic feel instead of being straightforward, again very straightforward stuff.
But this is creative. There's not only creative. There's a lot of visual, lot of thought that has gone behind each of your shots. So this is your input, or is the art director's input in this?
So this is completely my creative thing, but of course the graphic designer helped me with putting everything together.
Okay, okay. And I think it's a jewelry thingy.
Sorry.
It's a jewelry.
Like because Rukmini Devi was this thing.
Right? Okay, fine.
He used to love pearls. So, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That I remember. One very very pretty lady actually. 40 covers in 3 years. Now that is some wow. That's some record you have here. 40 covers in 3 years. It's all in Chennai.
It's all in Chennai, and within this 3 years, like after within a year in Chennai, I shifted from 180 square feet to a 1,600 square feet studio.
Okay.
Yes, so I was doing very well over there, and was doing pretty well over there, and we had 1,600 square feet studio with an editor and photo editor and assistant and all the thing. But always, like when you do a lot of commercial, but being a fine artist, like थोड़ा कुछ और करने का always मन होता ही.
I understand. Understand. See, one thing that is happening is that there is this question that keeps on coming. Even right now, somebody has asked that question. It says, how much of post production is justified when a photographer shoots anything? In the sense, the question, of course, also is that what do you prefer more, shoot to kill photography, or do you like to do more of Photoshop, or you like to do a fusion of the two?
It totally depends on the assignment, but the one thing is definitely there that हमको technical knowledge पूरी रहनी चाहिए. We need to know everything definitely. Only once you know everything, you can do post production. Yeah, lighting वैसे कर सके क्योंकि you don't have time to do post production. It's impossible. Everything you cannot do on post production.
Hmm.
You can actually do a lot of stuff before shooting itself, like whether lighting ho gaya, yeah, whatever it is, you can do everything before doing post Photoshop. So जैसे एक particular assignment हो गया, जैसे पहले वाला वो assignment हो गया where we did a lot of graphical work. तो वहाँ पर you need to know everything in hand, like mood boards बनाओ, तो क्या करने वाले हो, कैसे करने वाले हो, पहले you need to have it in hand and then do everything. तो अच्छा मेरे को इतना शूट करना है और बाद में इतना Photoshop में करना है. Yeah, but lighting always has to be bang on.
No, that's proper because I've seen pictures, especially nowadays, Instagram Jeho and that phone Photoshop happening, and you see these pictures. They're shot of some person has been shot, maybe a model or something, and then they change the background in Photoshop and something like that. Now the lighting on the model is coming from the right hand side, and in the background, the light you can evidently see from the shadows of trees or whatever, it's coming from the left hand side, which basically means Earth has grown two suns. So that is the kind of rubbish which should normally not be encouraged and should not be done. So if you're seriously thought of your shot and you pre-planned your shot and gone for that thing, and maybe with a clear mind, इसमें मैं थोड़ा इधर Photoshop करने वाला हूँ, that basically I think does make sense. Now tell me one. You shot about 40 covers in this. Is there any story you want to tell us about any of the covers which was interesting for you, or something went haywire but you still managed to do something? Any interesting story in these covers?
So in particular, like there's one there's a blue bottom left side.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's this alien looking model, Candy magazine. So उसमें actually क्या हुआ था, like again there was completely Photoshop background, and the second anniversary is shoot for the magazine. So we came up with the concept that let's do something out of the world kind of stuff. So we were doing all like planets and stars in the background, Milky Way. उसमें सबसे बड़ी issue क्या हुई थी that we had planned amazing stuff, but the stylist couldn't source anything the day before the shoot.
I see.
So what happened was, and there's a very famous hairstylist and makeup artist who came from Bombay to do the shoot, and there was nothing in hand. So मैं और जो stylist Bombay से आए थे, we went to the hardware store and we got these pipes and metal, aluminum metal and all this thing, and we cut it ourselves and we did the खुद ही styling किया मैंने और stylist वो hair stylist ने. So it was one of the most difficult shoot we did because उसमें issue क्या हुआ कि जो expectation था वो हुआ नहीं, like it didn't happen at all. So so the only way is to okay, forget what is, we cannot say anything stylish, so let's challenge the day and do everything what we can. So उसमें, and it came out pretty good. We got pipe, basin के pipes होते हैं और aluminum foils होती है, तो उसको cut करके इसको styling किया उसने hair का, and we did a shoot and went out quite well. So that was the only shoot we didn't go according to the plan, but most of the shoots I always created mood boards for every shoot. कि ऐसा होना है, for the stylist, for the makeup artist, for myself, references or poses के लिए, model के briefs, everything was there on the notice board over there in the studio, and उसके हिसाब से हम shoot करते थे.
Barabar. That's how you do it. That's a professional way of doing it, basically. Now, sir, okay, we're coming to architecture now. This is also something that you dabbled in.
So One thing I remember when coming to Chennai ki is that I was not so focused to only doing two things. I was open to everything. So as in when I was meeting architects, so for my fine art work, of course they started asking me for doing some shoots, for their, houses and the sites and all this thing. So सबसे पहला मेरा shoot था Godrej Properties के लिए. And they were like, okay, we have a site in Chennai, sample flat. आप आके shoot करो. I said, okay, let's do it. So and then I went. I didn't know. I didn't shoot much architecture by then. जो भी shoot किया है वो बाहरी road पे street shoot किया है. So I went and did some. I studied something online. I saw some, references कि कैसा shoot होता है ये सब. I remember we also did one shoot in our academy in Lower Parel with Rohinton sir.
Mm-hmm.
So all those things keeping in mind, but always one thing that you need to have a vision, as simple as that. कि आपको if you have a vision to do like कैसे compose करना, कैसे lighting करना है, reflection कहाँ से क्या आ रहा है, then you can shoot anything you want. Like even architecture, this happened. So on the picture on the left is for Bangalore, shot for Alphaz Miller, the Bangalore airport. This picture, both the pictures are in Bangalore airport. Mm-hmm. And it is shot for Alphaz Miller, architect based in Bombay, basically, very well-known architect. And then I shot, I was going on shooting, then I shot at least 200 properties by till now, sir. मतलब इतना shoot किया मैंने. I did a coffee table book by a very famous architect in Chennai, Chirag Kapoor करके. And then I was continuously shooting. This is all Godrej properties, and I was shooting all the south properties of Godrej I have shot. Like, one day they came to me and asked me, can you do virtual reality? I was like, yeah, sure, I know virtual reality. And मेरे को कुछ भी नहीं आता था, sir. I didn't know anything. And then what I did was I went immediately online, ordered the Neural Ninja, and I told them that, I have ordered the latest technology equipment because उनसे ऐसे ही delay कर सकते हैं उनके साथ साथ. I ordered the latest technology, and the thing is coming, and we can do it very well. The Neural Ninja came. I did the FedEx immediately. Like 3 दिन में आ गया मेरे पास, and मैंने immediately लेकर like I did all my studies software में डाल के सब सीख लिया immediately. Within 1 week, I knew how to shoot. Like कैसे software करना, क्या करना, and I start shooting this thing as well. If you want, I can show you a sample as well, sir. I'll show you a 360 sample.
One sec. You can share it now.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
So this is the virtual reality I did for them. I did at least 14 to 16 virtual realities for their sample flats, different sample flats all over Bangalore and Chennai and Hyderabad. So ये है, so this like so here is the map. You can go to any room through this point.
Interesting.
There's this way, and there is even buttons over here. So if you want to go to the first floor, then you can just. So I never said no to anything. Jo bhi aaya, maine liya.
That's interesting, but you see, you may master a gadget, you may master a software. But the fact that each shot has been taken using the lighting and everything that has been taught, because I tell you what, there are certain shots which I can see now. When I can see the shot, for me, this is normal because I know my students can do it. But there are a lot of people who will struggle because see the center picture, you have the outside ambience as well as the inside lights.
Yes, yes.
So they had to be shot at a particular time of the day where both can be balanced in the perfect, you know, uh, light, whatever you call it, the balance contrast.
The ambient and the
Yeah. And then the one, if you see the right hand side also, the white one which you've done, you
yes.
can see through the window, but you can hear the greenery and scenery is not burnt out. You know, most of the guys just burn the whole thing out and
Even the
let
left picture, तो if you see the lamp ना sir, तो वो हमने lamp change किया है उसका bulb to match the exposure inside.
correct, correct. That's how we do it. That's correct. That's what I'm saying. It's very nicely done. Okay. Bell Hotel's conceptual convention artwork is what you.
Yeah, the one thing was always that so I always chasing fine art. That is always there. So I met so many architects who already सबको like they knew they always recommending me that अच्छा fine art photography करनी है तो like go to Pratik. So then I got this massive client like a hotel which they were renovating it in Chennai, and it was a very old hotel. And so they called me and they told me to come up with a concept for 52 rooms and 4 prints in each room. And they wanted to show Chennai, basically, the art culture of Chennai, landmarks of Chennai. So I came up with the concept of Chennai Kaleidoscope. So उसमें मैंने क्या किया सर, like people, places, things, and one quirky print of Chennai in a very mirror way, like kaleidoscope में कैसे देखते वैसे. I remember sir, you used to tell us to go and shoot the clocks.
That's right.
तो
That's
उन्होंने तो उनके बेल होटल्स थे, तो आई केम अप विद दिस थिंग फॉर देयर लॉबी कि let's shoot all the bells in Chennai and put in a lobby. So the only main, so they had, when I went to meet this client, there were 4 photographers over there. Like to interview the client, to meet the client basically for the same project. The only way to convince the client is show them sample work. So when I already I already did some research, took all the pictures I shot in Bombay. थोड़ा उसको मैंने change करके I showed them, and they really loved it. So this is how I came to I got this client is by doing research. Basically, क्या है sir? Before meeting every client, I have to do my research about the client and go.
Did you show them analog prints or digital?
This is all digital prints.
No. When you showed the client, you took prints or you took on a laptop?
Prints, of course, prints. Always prints.
That's a hallmark that we have. We always do prints. Yeah, that's right. Shari always does that.
For them, in fact, I took a big portfolio of, because fine art looks very nice when it's big.
Exactly.
So I took like 2 by 3 feet. I took A3 size, a little different set of prints with frames. In fact, so I took my assistant with me and displayed the prints in front of them.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. That's how we do it.
So ये उनको मैंने layout दिया ऐसे से. तो ऐसे मैंने उनको layout दिया कि we can do something like this. So they had no plans to put these prints in the reception area. So मैंने बोला actually this is the idea. We can do something like this and put in the reception area with this acrylic में sandwich करके and put this. So we shot all the bells in Chennai and made the prints. If you see at the bottom, the reception में एक side में all the red bells and एक side में black to match the interior. And this is how the prints look in each room. There were 4 prints.
This is the print?
4 prints in each room.
All these?
Yes, the total 200 art pictures thi. I have just few samples over here.
Wow.
One landmark, people, things, and one mirror shot.
And your kaleidoscope is there.
This was a 40 days project. Sir. So I was shooting 40 days all over Chennai, like in and out. All the landmarks, all people, what are important things to Chennai, like for a list bana ke I went to shoot.
This is good because you see, a lot of people think fine art is a waste of time, but I have always stood by my students. You know that. I personally, in fact, when I came down from the United States, I was a fine art photographer. यहाँ पे पहली बार फाइन आर्ट का लगाया तो forget about selling. I was chased out of the Jahangir Art Gallery, you know. ये साला commercial photo cover क्या करते हैं इधर करके. Photography was not supposed to be art.
Yeah, but I know it takes time for people to understand, but yeah, not everyone can understand. But if you get a client like this, nothing like it. We have to make
Absolutely.
So
I have one more. If you remember Leena Kejriwal, you know, from Kolkata, who
yes,
does a terrific job with fine art work and she's selling all over the world also.
yeah.
Terrific. Yeah, no, I think most of my kids have done well on that front. Those are lovely pictures there.
So, so Bombay completely made me mad, sir, because I came from a Chennai background, very traditional background. When I came to Bombay, I went mad. Like I loved it. Like I was not one of those guys ki, अच्छा मैं कल Bombay छोड़ के जाने वाला हूँ. इतना chaos है. I loved it. So when I got an opportunity to, when you gave assignments, I used to actually go there and not immediately just shoot and finish the assignment and come. I used to go, be there for a while, see what is happening, and shoot it the next day or after 2 days. I just go and watch what is happening around over there.
True,
Watch
that's how it is. That's how it is. Yeah.
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 From
I think
there,
the difference today and your generation, I'm literally saying your generation. The difference is only about, I think, 10 odd years, you know. But when we used to send you guys to go after those clocks and this and that, various assignments we used to do, you guys used to do it so seriously, used to do it for days and days and days and days. And today, the younger generation that comes to Shari, for them, they go, if I tell them, okay, you got 5 days to do this assignment, for 4 days, they'll fart around, do nothing. On the fifth day, they'll go there for half an hour, click something and come back and show me some stupid picture. It's literally like, they're just not interested. They are more like show us commercial lighting and we'll be through. What they don't understand is that the difference between an architect and a carpenter. The architect is the visualizer. He's the one who makes money. The carpenter is the person who is technical expert, but he उसको दिन का खाली रंदे का job मिलता है, basically, you know. So today I think you proved them wrong with these pictures that not only you shoot good pictures like this, it's not only beautiful Sunny Leon and all that all you shoot all this stuff also, and you make money on these also, you know.
money,
Pretty nice.
we have to make money.
Of course, bottom line, of course, that's the career you've chosen, and we have to make money in our careers. Yes, of course.
Sir, I remember when we were doing assignments, we were shooting films, sir. Every frame was counted. Like 30 pictures there, 35 pictures there. So I used to like go, though I had a digital camera, but I used to still go and observe everything and shoot every frame like count by count.
I think you're frozen.
My commercial work as well.
Okay. Can you share anything about this piston calendar?
Yeah. So this company.
You're freezing, Pratik.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Thoda freeze ho gaya tha.
Okay. Can you hear me now? It's all fine?
Yeah, fine.
So this is a very old company, sir. Like this is 90 years old company they make pistons for most of the cars in India, manufacture like, and so they make pistons and gauge. So they came to me to do a calendar again, and they want to do basic calendar, pistons एक white background में रखकर shoot करने के लिए. So
remember that story.
So I said, no, नहीं ऐसे तो नहीं हो सकता. So I was like, okay, let's do something different. Let's try to. We have been doing the same thing for the last 50 years, shooting new products calendar again. So let's do something different. So I shot all this. I went and got 6 kgs of mercury metal, and shot this with one big 4x6 light. And all this light, the color lighting you see is actually are not strobes, but these are all neon tube lights.
Okay, you played with that. Sorry.
So it was because when I was using strobes, even with strips, I was not getting nice sharp lights.
No, you won't get.
Yeah, so मैंने neon lights में second curtain swing में shoot किया पूरा. And this was this was one of my favorite shoots. Again, it took 4 days to do, 5 days to do 12 shots, and everything shot in metal, like mercury metal ke saath.
I remember this because when you came to Mumbai and you came and presented this calendar, you said, "Sir, this is what I did," and then you were so excitedly talking about your Mercury and this and that. And I said, "Man, this guy's loved doing what he did." And that's the thing that is necessary in a photographer. It doesn't matter what you shoot, but there has to be passion. You have to love what you're doing, you know, and
And
that is the important part. I mean, I don't know how many guys would even thought of buying mercury. Mercury is a ridiculously expensive uh,
very,
metal, and liquid metal, but it's also damn dangerous to handle because it can fly anywhere in 2 seconds. At the same time, it is poisonous. But I think the way you balanced all the lighting and everything is pretty nice.
so you see the second picture on the from the left, so
Mm.
the lights, there's all like serial lights and like long exposure, man. And we did that, we moved the light, blurred the light, and slow shutter speed.
Absolutely, absolutely.
This was an amazing. I still love these pictures today. Like never get bored of it
I
because
can imagine.
because the thing about whenever I'm like whenever we meet, like I met the client, so I always want to do something different for them, and of course something which is very satisfactory for me as well. कुछ अलग करना ही है मतलब like it's so boring to do the same thing over and over again.
True. No, true. I agree with you on this. I find one thing is that when conceptual art becomes part of commercial or applied art, then the whole synergy changes. The shot looks mind blowing. Mahakumbh series featured in Arts Illustrated magazine. It's commissioned work. Oh, I see. Wow.
Yeah, so actually I wanted to go to this Kumbh Mela happening in Allahabad. So I approached this magazine and I told them that I'm going to Mahakumbh. Can you what do you think about it? I'll shoot all black and white and get it for you, and will be interested to buy a few prints from me. So I showed some of my fine art stuff, and they were ready for it, and they paid me, and I went and shot. I was there in Allahabad for 3 weeks, actually. I think 3 weeks, yeah, and shooting the complete Mela, Kumbh Mela.
Interesting.
And so what the art magazine did was they gave me a poetry by a very famous poet, Tanya Mendoza karke. So they gave me this poetry and told me to shoot accordingly. So this is all shot with the poetry in hand. Like I visualize how the pictures will go with the poetry, and I shot all of this.
Okay. What I like about it is these are not the typical shots which you see of Kumbh.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah.
So always ties that whenever like I should travel a lot and I need to find a reason to travel, because if I keep doing commercial work, I cannot feed my creativity. So I used to keep traveling and make like somehow or other like sell the prints or do something or get it published somewhere. So at least I can travel and feed my soul as well for it.
I know. See, what happens is when I came down from United States, I was a fine art guy. But when I realized okay, I was maybe a little too early for this country because I'm talking about in 80s, early 80s. So that time I had no option but to use the knowledge I got from my formal training in the United States to work commercially and making a lot of money and all that kind of stuff. And it's only after you make money and then for 1 month you vanish.
Yeah.
So then
Exactly.
you tell the client or somebody कि इसको jaundice हो गया कुछ भी है by hospital में पड़ा है whatever the thing is, but I run away and that is the time when the soul gets fed.
Yes, definitely same thing. Those shoot करके 3 महीना 4 महीने के बाद go and travel for 20 days.
I swear, nothing lovely, lovely.
I mean, they speak. I mean, these images I cannot say anything, but yeah, they speak by themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The fact that you're saying it is very nice. I love that Diya shot. I am nuts about Diya shots. You know that. I'm gonna ask you for this shot here because there is one. I have a painting which is in our school at the Shari Academy. That is a painting done by one of my students, in fact. Sudhir Katka, and he's done it on the Jejuri. If you know Jejuri, That's a place where every year in the festival of turmeric, they throw turmeric all over the town, and the whole town and the whole area looks yellow. It's a beautiful place to go and shoot at that time. They have a diya which is there,
Okay.
and I am quite obsessed. I was very obsessed with it. He made a painting for me on that with a saying up there called Yadkot Yadkot Jay Malhar, because it is about Jay Malhar. That's one of the kya bole, avatars of Shiva. You know? So interesting. That's why I'm going to bum this picture from you.
So this is the poetry which is not readable. Yeah. So this is again a interesting campaign I did for a very well-known jeweler in Chennai. Very difficult client to crack. And so he told me like, okay, there's a shoot. Let's do a sample shoot. We're shooting a TVC in a garden, and I'll give you 20 minutes. You come and take one shot of the model and 3 shots of the jewelry. Take one shot of the model and that's it. I was like, okay. I put up the whole set and then a model shot kiya. The client was like, I want to shoot this 3 jewelry over here with the plans to go with the whole concept. I was like, मेरे को soft box चाहिए, tabletop चाहिए, वो सब. I didn't say it. First, I want to crack the clients. So I was like, okay, let's shoot it. So then I took 4 thermocols, placed the jewelry on the the wood, the trunk and the leaves and all, and shot it I shot it with the beauty dish itself, and it came out amazingly. And it I was like, okay, I finished the shoot in like 30 minutes. Three jewelry shots and this model shot between the TVC in the garden, basically, or park over there. So very interesting. Then after this, I of course got the clients.
That's worth it. That's the main part of it. You do get the client. That's important. Nice.
So again,
30 minutes doing all these 4 shots is pretty decent. You trained you as well.
when we were doing, हम जब सीख रहे थे वहाँ पे, so we used to always tell, don't put softbox in both the sides when you're shooting a jewelry. You always put one side and put thermocol on the other side, ताकि वो even lighting हो. So that's what it's always been in my mind. But abhi bhi even if I never use a light tent, I always use thermocol and softbox.
I so hate light tents. There's a student who used to ask me, sir, light tent करके दिखा. I said, छोड़ दे.
बहुत खराब. It's not.
Exactly. Horrible stuff. Yeah. But we have got a new light tent. Next time you come check it out at our place, we've got a new one. It's ridiculously expensive, but at the same time, it's the thing for e-marketing, And unlike the old igloo looking Silitha, this is state of the art by Lastolite. Okay. Beautifully done. It's lovely. You should come and have a look at the amount of lighting things you can do with that thing is crazy. Under LED, back LED, whatever you want to do.
I'd like for the same client, and so they were like, okay, I was like, to shoot something like this in Chennai, it is impossible. Like without any something on the top or this kind of dapple lighting, it is impossible to shoot in Chennai. It was being a traditional market and a sari market and big jewelry market. So the client was like, let's do the shoot. Same thing. I've been shooting this for this client for almost 9 years now.
Wow.
So I was like, nahi, let's do something different. So मैंने उनको एक शॉट करके बताया, एक पूरा सेट स्टूडियो में सेट किया था. And then I showed him shot. He said, yeah, I'm good. And I said, give me 30 minutes. I'll do different kind of lighting, different kind of styling, and I'll show it to you. And I did this kind of lighting, snoots and thermocol, just 3-4 different lights, and did the shoot. And we actually went for this after the whole first shot. Complete kind of dapple lighting, just snoots and grids.
Yeah, Loki is a strong point of ours. Yeah. Oh, nice. I love the way you use hard lights and all the thing in this.
So this was again a very interesting, and to shoot, be low necks, and it was very difficult. So, finally cracked it, to do something creative over there. And but I was getting bored of what I was doing over there over and over again. There was a lot of work, and I was getting really bored of doing the same sari and jewelry, and so then I thought, okay, fine, let's do something about it. So dekhte hai. I'll show you further on. Yeah, on the right is the set, sir, basically. So yeah, this is the set, and that's how it looks like basically.
Ah,
Yeah, like six.
it's in your studio.
Yeah, it's my studio. Yeah.
Nice, nice. But then production shots have been taught to you, so this is easy. Oh, lovely, not bad.
So again, this is also the same client, and big jewelry, very tough lighting, and so वहाँ पर we always go wedding background, like वहाँ पर like marigold या कुछ ऐसे antique stuff and all. So again, to crack this, it was very difficult. Like every time it took for me, only one thing is it took a lot of convincing to the client. Even if you have creatives, when you have a traditional client and conservative client, even if you have creatives in hand, like a mood board, they are not convinced unless you show a sample to them. So this is all we did during the shoot. Like in fact, for this I did a sample in the whole set ka sample मैंने खुद किया, and then I showed it to them.
Oh, yeah, okay. This is something that yes, a lot of my students do. At least 2, 3 of them do this. You must talk in depth with this.
Yeah, so of course, like I told you, sir, कि यहाँ पर जितना commercial किया, like how we spoke, उतना उनको जाके fine art करना ही है. But I didn't want to travel, and I wanted to do something. I was reading a lot about old processes, and I came around. So I thought, okay, let's start something with something little easier to do in the studio as well, and not to spend a lot. So I came up with the oldest form of photography process, which is salt prints, photogenic drawing. And this is basically silver nitrate को लेकर I applied on the paper, and this is a 3x4 ka print. It's like a massive print.
Wow.
I got like acrylic trays made in the like to make this prints. So salt. So I did a workshop also वहाँ पे था Shari में sir.
Yes, you've done this workshop as well. Yes.
So
We normally encourage our students to do that. Yeah.
So I did this, and so what I did was, these are basically 4 different images, digital pictures converted into a negative and printed on a transparent sheet. And when I layered all 4 together and put the paper, like a photosensitive paper, जहाँ पे मैं apply किया silver nitrate को, and put it in, show it in the sun, like जाके sunlight में जाके expose करके, and wash it again in the this thing, water and potassium bromide.
Interesting.
This is this.
How did you get the positive, like you said, the positive which you put as layers of 3 feet by 4 feet size?
So I got this big trays made, so like I got big.
No, that is okay, but the negatives which you used, तो वो तो छोटे ही रहेंगे ना?
नहीं, I got this big digital negatives made.
Oh, I see. So you made that also yourself?
हाँ, वो print करवाया मैंने, inject prints and on a big roll.
Okay. Digital negatives. All right. Now I know what you're talking about. That's what we do. Okay, this is also one of the prints.
One of the prints, again, big prints. So the shot, so again, these are all not one print. They're all sandwich.
I'm sure.
Yeah. 3 different multiple prints. All digital pictures converted into negatives and shot. All are like from different places I've been traveling. So this was a beginning, something very new for me, and this is amazing. I spent a lot of time doing a lot of prints, and I dived into it a lot. Like, or I did even wet plate. I did 5 to 6 wet plate processes and all this thing.
Okay. So married.
Exciting, yeah. It's been all exciting. Then I find out, okay, chalo abhi shaadi karte hain.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because I was already, I took my time, parents didn't force me and all this thing. Like, okay, it's time to get married. You need to have companion, because ye sab share bhi kya karoge? Like, you're doing so well. You need to share all this thing. So I got married, and my wife is a painter and fashion designer.
Wow.
So we were really great. We are a great company, and so she wanted to learn photography. So I thought of photography, and then during the same period of time, one of her classmates, Nupur, remember Nupur, sir?
Mm-hmm.
She got married
Okay.
in Udaipur, and she called me to take her portraits.
Okay.
So that was my first wedding shoot. And so I really loved it. I've always thought, okay, fine, okay, wedding. So I went there and shot some portraits of her, and it was really interesting. Okay, fine, Komal se baat karke, my wife's name is Komal. So we thought, okay, let's form a company. Let's form a company and start uh, doing wedding photography. And so we first our company's name was Komal and Pratik Singhi Photography, like wedding photography. So okay, ठीक है, and all these things. And बाद में we came up with the name. थोड़ा काम किया. Then we realized that we need to form a company. So we came up with the name Once Upon a Time Wedding Tales. And that was a
Okay.
beginning of a new company. And we were just two of us. We used to get freelancing. We used to get freelancers for our shoots. But then we realized that the work is not consistent. So then we started hiring in-house team. And at the same time, we moved to Bombay. During the same time, 2016, we moved back to Bombay because I was getting bored of doing work over there in Chennai. So I want to do something more. So I came to Bombay and I left everything over there and shifted to Bombay. Of course, I was traveling to and fro to Chennai and doing shoots and coming back overnight and all those things. But it was a completely new beginning for me. Like I didn't have any clients over here and all those things. So it was all a new beginning. So I came to Bombay. We found this company at the same time, and we were shooting. Like Komal helped me with all these wedding shoots for 2 years. और उसके बाद धीरे-धीरे like then she went back to painting, and I was also doing weddings. Then I cracked some fashion clients in Bombay as well. So
But interesting that you spread it over 6 countries. You already won 3 awards, and you have a in-house team of 9 people.
Yes, that's right.
That's a very quick setup that you've done here.
Yeah, we have in-house team of 9 in Bombay. That is.
See, snow-covered mountain. That's what I've been telling everybody. Nobody knows that how good our kids are doing, and I think that's what Leon again.
So this was in Bombay, so I met some magazines and all these things. So this was all in Bombay. So this is for Birla in Bombay.
Sorry, you're saying something here?
Yeah. So so I moved to Bombay and I started working from me and Komal started working from the home, and then slowly now I have a space in Andheri. So, but यहाँ पर again, the same thing, meet clients. It was a new beginning for me. Like after 10 years of, already having a good clientele, I came to Bombay and I started meeting with clients again, showing the work. And it was, luckily again, first client I did was Birla Cellulose over there 3 years back. And I've been shooting regularly for them.
Okay.
Yeah, they do 2 shoots every year. And this was shot in Sanjay Gandhi National Park.
I can see that. It's the favorite thing around of all Australians.
So in one day we shot 40 garments for them.
Yeah.
So this is again interesting.
This is a very interesting project which you did. That I agree.
So this was of course this was the most once in a lifetime success of this project I did last year. So this was a project for Dilwara temples in Mount Abu, and there's a huge temple. I think you've been. I remember you talking about this temple once.
I love this temple. Go ahead. Love this temple.
Yes.
So I spent more than a week there just taking pictures.
So we were, and the fact about this temple is 1,200 years old, and it has never been documented.
True.
Yeah, there are some books definitely, but it's never been documented for them to keep it. Okay, अगर 100 साल को देखना है हमको कि कैसा है, they don't have anything like that. And funnily enough, from quite a few years, there's no even cell phone allowed inside to shoot, take pictures inside. So the trustees approached me for this, and I was like, okay, let's do this. And I called you the same day. I remember I called you within 2-3 days regarding how to do documentation of a temple. And then I spoke to you, I did some research, and then they actually want to do documentation as per the UNESCO ke hisab se, because they want to make this a UNESCO heritage. So I did a lot of articles on UNESCO website, and I did the whole documentation of the temple. So with the phase one, 100 megapixel camera. So we were there for 40 days. I was shooting on phase one every every day from 6 to 6, morning 6 to 6. And so अगर एक pillar है तो उस pillar का we were taking 12 feet का pillar है, we were dividing into 4 different section and taking 6 different shots of each section.
Correct.
And so we did that, and then we did video of this, and we did a virtual reality as well of this.
Okay.
And we were a team of 18. Like, so I was doing phase one. There were guys who were doing Canon because कई कई जगह 20 feet है, so वहाँ पर कोई पहुँच ही नहीं सकता, तो हम pole खरीदे, like camera pole, and we used to put the camera in, like if there is something like a detail over there, यहाँ पर जाके camera पे shoot कर दे, GoPro के साथ or something like that. It was a very interesting campaign, and there's a book which is supposed to launch in May, so of course with a delay हो गया है. And so creative shots as well at the same time. So book आने वाली है, and yeah, this was. So I wasn't the only one, and the only one to do this, and no one is going to be allowed further on to do this kind of documentation of the
It's a
temple.
very unique document which you're going to leave behind, Pratik, because this is this is an archive which you created
Yes.
for future generations. You know that that in case something happens to this, they now have a complete record of every square inch of this place. You know?
Every square inch, because we have like 8,000 files, 100 megapixel files.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
We did a virtual reality research, so we have 900 panoramas to be like पूरा एक साथ डालने के लिए, like it was a mind-boggling experience.
Yeah. And you started film photography now.
Yes. So again, वो कीड़ा चला है अभी now, like for a time, so we're doing the same thing. I got into film developing and especially into video format.
Interesting.
Quite a few weddings and pre-weddings with film 120 and 35.
And you're using Hasselblad on it, I think.
I'm using Hasselblad. I'm using Contax SRT.
Both are lovely cameras. Both are lovely cameras.
So
and not happening again.
And for 35 I use only expired those.
Expired film. Okay. Oh, so now I tell you what. You want to show that little showreel, or you want to avoid the showreel?
Oh, it's okay.
Because then we only have a few minutes. In case anybody wants to ask any questions, guys, please start asking your questions now. Sound low, all right. So, there's Kirti Lokhande and a lot of people on this. Anybody got any questions here, guys? Otherwise, I'll start. I'll just start wrapping up the whole thing also. And is that one thing that is coming across today, Pratik, is that I think it's a fault on my side. I'm blaming me for this. That after you guys pass out and all that thing, the connection between me and my students is not so. I mean, yes, we're in touch. Yes, we say hi and we say wish each other birthdays and all that. That whole thing happens. But I think I needed to be more this thing, because I don't think I would have ever understood कि प्रतीक का इतना बड़ा journey हो गया in such a few years. You know, I mean, from 40 front covers to Delwadas to whatnot. And you've done it quite well also. So there's a very young kid who's asked you a question. He says, how to get your work recognized as a beginner? He is just a 12th standard grader, 12th grade student. You want to say something to him?
I would say that if you're just beginning at the moment, like I would just say that, go and shoot a lot of street. It's the best time. Like before, whatever you do, go and shoot a lot of street. And please do take printouts. Instagram won't work that much. Facebook won't work that much. You have to take printout and show the clients what you want to do. Like, okay, मेरा काम है, मुझे ऐसा कुछ करना है. Because the client always, apart from what you are showing to them, the clients always want to know what's going in your mind.
That's correct.
Because that basically always excites them. Because agar aap, if you give them an idea which is different from what they have, they're always ready to try something new.
No, I agree, agree. In fact, I think his guy's name is Samir. Samir, you're a 12th grader, matlab you're somewhere around maybe 17, 18 years old. You are still a very young person. You're a very young person. And you have a long way to go. At this particular point of time, don't worry about getting recognized here. Okay, you can put it on Instagram, you won't get recognized. That's a different topic. Okay. But this is not the time for it. I think what you need to do is shoot like no one's business, marte re, get your pictures curated and reviewed by your mentor. I think the mentor will guide you forward, So abhi bahut chinta mat kar about getting recognized, because please understand, I have been in the industry for 40 years. And apart from my industry, I don't know how many people will know me actually, come to think about it. Okay. But, but that is not the game. Don't worry about getting likes. Don't worry about all that stuff. सबसे बड़ा चीज है इसमें, are you happy when you take that picture? Does that touch your heart? Does it, make you feel nice after having taken the picture? बाकी दुनिया गया भाड़ में. Please understand that. Keep that attitude and keep on shooting. Okay. Another question is from Harshit Lara. I see. All those shots from Mughal Azam and other concept shot had post production, or did you use flex prints? Because today I think flex print is the standard thing in the catalog market.
No, they're all post production.
There's a all post production. Yeah.
So what? We got all the background work. We got it from stock. We bought it. We didn't take it from online.
Okay.
We bought it like on stock and then used it. We didn't like just pick it up from websites or Google say.
You understand one thing? I don't remember, but when you were my student, did I show you front projection system?
Yes, you did.
Okay, that means you have a total complete idea about how we match the foreground background lighting with a slide as a background, if you remember right. I think I should bring that thing back into this, because all these guys, I tell you, they suddenly making India into some Tatooine or some far away galaxy or something, and suddenly you see there are 3 light sources happening in the background, foreground, and the subject. So I think I need to bring that thing back. Now is what really came out flawlessly. Oh, it came out flawlessly. That's very sweet. From Samir Sheikh to Alpar. Well, clicking. Thank you. Okay. We also get some compliments. Okay. So in mind when printing, I think that's it. I think the questions are done. There's more questions coming in. Wow. Okay. Lens used for documentation of temple photo. I was expecting somebody to wake up with that.
I used all normal 50 mm lenses. I all use normal lenses because I had to show them exact ratio of the documentation. So I always do 50 mm, and somewhere, of course, extreme close-ups ke liye, we have to mention over there कि इतना close-up लिया है हमने. Camera was, we have to even measure how far is the camera from the yeah, when we're doing a close-up, for them we have to find it out.
Not a really technical thingy, but I had asked this kind of question about getting the correct perspective if you want in your photography. And my old Parsi teacher at that time, Bili Homji, said it's very simple. Take 50 mm lens, make somebody stand. Okay, leaving just a little bit of space top to bottom so that you don't have a head cut or a feet cut in printing. He says, once you understand, take the distance between your lens and the subject. That is your right perspective distance to shoot anything on earth, and you'll get the perfect shot. This was such a non-technical thing, but at the same time, it was bang on target because it worked for us anyway. Okay. Now, there's a question. He thinks it is silly, but actually, it's not silly. Please understand, Raj Shekhar. Any question is not silly. You are asking because you don't know, and we are here to see if we can answer that question to you. So do not feel shy. Do not feel silly. Be point blank with your questions. It doesn't matter what people think. आपको सीखना है, इसलिए आपको पूछना है. So it's not silly. Okay. So, but could you please tell us what exactly is commissioned work, be it in any genre like fashion or fine art? Thank you.
So, fine art, when it comes to fine art, commission work is the client calls you and he tells you that "Chacha, this is the idea, this is what I want you to do, and he will pay you for that. There is a commission work basically, yeah. So you give them ideas, ki, Acha, this is okay. If they have a concept, you come up with the ideas and get it finalized from the client, and you shoot it accordingly.
Okay. I hope that answers your question, Rajesh. In case you have anything, you can ask the same silly question 10 times. If you know Shah, if you know this guys know it, we will answer it again and again and again. And you can always contact us with email and everything. So don't worry, we are not very hoity-toity. We answer even silly questions 100 times if you ask the same question too. Okay, Gaurav Paul, how difficult for you to crack the business after moving to Bombay?
It was
Because you start all over again.
Yeah, it was actually. The thing is, I had a good portfolio by then. So that was one thing I was. I mean, I was not worried about. But the only thing I was worried about, cracking the market. So only way I crack the market is going and meeting the clients with the portfolio. Absolutely. Even after 10 years, like after 8 years, I was doing the same thing again over it again. Like the website we had to be, I used to go and meet them, and get work from them basically.
We are getting a lot of questions there, which is very interesting questions too. Sandeep Mangaunkar is asking, not Insta, not FB, sir. Is that website help to show our work? सोशल मीडिया में जो वर्क होता है वो बहुत लिमिटेड है. इट्स इंस्टा एफबी पीपल विल सी पुट लॉट ऑफ लाइक्स आल्सो, बट यू नो व्हाट, फाइनल बिजनेस अगर आप कुछ चाहिए, इफ यू वांट टू कन्वर्ट इट इनटू कमर्शियल, if you must have noticed with Vikram Bava, with Pratik here, with Prerna, they all went to the customers with a solid print. Till you don't go out in the market with prints or a proper portfolio book, printed portfolio book, आपको सीरियसली किसी को लेना बहुत डिफिकल्ट है, बिकॉज आज इतना कचरा भरा है इंस्टाग्राम और फेसबुक में. देयर आर सम गुड वर्क, एट द सेम टाइम देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ क्रैपी वर्क, तो you get lost in that basically, and it's very tough to market yourself into that jungle, the chaos basically. The easiest way to do it is identify your client, make a presentation, ask for an appointment, go there and make a proper presentation with big prints. It always works. My guys do it and it works all that time. Okay.
Yes, one thing always to take personal work as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And take your personal work, because that's what I'm trying to say. Don't just show them your technical stuff. Technical matlab they know you're a damn good carpenter, matlab good photographer hai. But अब आपकी आंख, आपकी सोच, आपकी दृष्टिकोण, how you see, they also want to see it, right?
Always show you can always show first that like the clients, if they're the fashion photographer, if they're fashion client, you can show them the fashion work, and then you can show your personal work.
Absolutely, I agree to you that. Okay, there's a guy called Rohan. I think he's also an our alumni, I think. So how did you mark those 900 panoramas? Because it's a headache to remember.
So I had a map of the temple. So I marked every
on the temple. Okay, fair enough. Because I think if you remember, when you had called me, I also told you that you can use a grid. You'll have to first make a grid out of the whole temple, and then one square is what you'll have to work with. Basically. Yeah, that's what.
But map tha mere paas. So us map mein I had the laptop. So every time I was shooting, I was going the laptop and immediately mark raha tha. Okay, yeah, pillar one. So I used to mark the same folder. So because you can't get confused later on. So पूरा mark किया maps.
ना बराबर है. तेरा हिंदी मेरे को बहुत मजा आता है.
And now it's not that bad.
No, it's not that bad. But when you came that time, it was deadly. It was very enjoying to hear you. Okay, now there's one more. Sagar has come out with. Do you think we should always offer demo shots of our concepts to new client? Does that work?
I think so.
I don't know.
And I mean, you have to do your homework. You have to do your homework about the client. If you really want the client, you have to do your homework. And Jackie, you should see what is one thing you don't have and present it to them. If you think you can do it, then always present it to them. ये मेरा thought है. I always did like at least two clients, good clients in Chennai. I got it by presenting them something good.
True, true. I can share one little example here. Experience of mine, in fact. When I come down from the United States and I was shooting, and I got this MJ market, जो कापड़ बाजार बोलते हैं ना, तो उनका कुछ क्या, तभी पोस्टर का कीड़ा था क्लाइंट को पोस्टर बनाने का. Now this guy is actually manufacturer or marketer or distributor of the material, you know. And in those days, they had this thing about shooting with models, wearing the suits and all that kind of stuff, full length, mara, ye sab. And always full length shot, exotic locations, bungalows, ye, wo, anything. And I should tell the client, why do you guys need this? And he says, nahi, ye market mein chalta hai. So then one day what I did is I took one of the pictures and I made the poster ka jo banana tha, wo bata ke de diya usko. And then I said, choice. एक और choice आपको देता हूँ, and what I told him is that I said, if you are selling a shirt material, then I want to see that shirt material. I want to see the feel, the texture, the color, things like that. What are you? Okay. He's locked out. Right, but I'll continue. So basically what happens is that when I showed him a close-up picture of it, and I just put it in front of him and put both the pictures in front of him and said, okay, does this sell your product or does this full-length thing sell your product? And the client understood and he said, I think there's some problem that has happened from Pratik's side, but continue asking question. I'm sure he'll be back in a second. Do take ideas, concept from you and get it done from someone else. That is something that that is something that is life in India. That is something you have to live with, Harshit. You can't do things much about it basically. Some of them, not all of them. Yeah, I know. I know. Ashuchi, what is that? I've got old Hasselblad 500C with two lenses. That is Jignesh Pisha, I think. Shall I invest to make it digital? Is it worth investing? Photography is my passion. Myself a text consultant. I see. Jignesh, the only thing I can say at this point of time is that if it is really your passion and if you think there is a value for it, because understand one thing, going digital with Hasselblad is going to cost you a bomb. It's going to cost you a lot of money to get a back for it and use it, So it will have to be a decision that you will have to take, Baba, okay, is it worth it or not? But in the meantime, Ilford and Kodak has launched the films again, So the films are now available. So what I would suggest is that since you have the camera, go back to film. You know how to use it if you remember how to use it. And I think go back to your old love of films, because that, by the way, is still a bigger turn on than the digital. And digital shoots normally, if you're doing it for hobby or if you're doing it for fun or for fine art or something like that, the value for an archival print shot on an archival film is much more than a digital, basically. I think we have lost. We lost Pratik. I think his internet connection has given him trouble. So, should I wrap? Okay, we just wait for him to come. I think he's coming online. So let's just. In the meantime, well, I can share. Oh, he's back. All right, he's back. So, is there any more questions, guys? Because we managed to get him back. Ah,
Yeah, sorry, you were saying something, I missed it, sir.
yeah. What was I talking about? If I remember right, I was talking about the poster guy, right?
Yes.
Yes. No, then what happened is that in the I shot the campaign for him, I mean, whatever that little shoot for him, and then I presented him the regular poster, print market, and I presented another thing which is how I felt with it. It was a close up of the guy's shirt only up to his waist, and I said, "इसमें तुम्हारा shirt दिखता है कि उसमें तुम्हारा shirt दिखता है?" So नहीं इसमें दिखता है. मैं बोला काय को full length मारता है? You know. So basically, you have to teach these people also. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. What Nikita Kulkarni, what is your suggestion for a person who has not taken formal education in photography but passionate about it and trying to make a mark? That is a very big question. I tell you what, Nikita, I understand that you have not gone through the formal education and all that kind of stuff. But having said that, um, there are not many avenues that you can use. But I mean, if you want, you can assist somebody, and But as in assistantship, the only drawback would be that you'll have to spend a very long time with the person to really understand the way he works. But then you'll be master of only what he does. I mean, if you want to learn different genres of stuff, you'll have to assist that many more photographers, basically, which means the learning curve will be very long. Yeah. And as far as online, the things like YouTube in this and all, uh, there are some good films. There are not some great, and actually a heck of a lot which is not good. What you really need to do at that particular point of time is that you should, when you log onto that, don't get excited by the video or something like that. First, you find out who that guy is. उसका पूरा अता पता फाइंड आउट करो. उसका कोई वेबसाइट है क्या, उसने कुछ काम किया है क्या, ढंग का काम किया है, has he done campaigns, has he shot some powerful big clients, and then if the person is teaching you, okay, fair enough, that might be worth it. But if you have just somebody who thinks he's a wise guy who knows everything, antargyani admi, and he's giving you gyan, trust me, it's not going to work for you. In any case, most of these people don't give you the full details and everything. They leave you half baked, and that's not going to really work for you. So there is really not much of option but to go for formal training. But having said that, the only other way at this particular point of time is that you search for good people. Do research on them, so that if you really know, okay, this is the banda, I like his kind of style of working and all that kind of stuff, and then you have to pester that guy to take you for assistantship or whatever, and maybe mentor you via Zoom or internet or whatever. But today, I think even that's going to cost you a bit. But you must understand that if you want to learn from somebody, it has to be a structured course. It cannot be just a random thing. That's the only thing I can tell you right now. Anything else?
We actually even practice a lot, and
Oh yes, oh, yes, oh, yes. Give yourself assignments and shoot.
yeah, definitely we practice a lot.
Okay, you missed one question, I think, because of the thing went off. Do you think we should always offer demo shots of our concepts to new clients, or does that work? You were saying, and I think shut.
I think I was telling that like you should always go through what the client has been doing, and then always approach the client with something different. Approach the client with something what they don't have, and give them a demo shot. Like just surprise the client. Okay, theek hai, ye hai. Like I did something for you, like a sample picture. If you like it, we can do something different than what you've been doing as well. And of course, you cannot go overboard with demo shots. You can do whatever little bit, and that's where you can use Photoshop actually, like create a mood board out of it, and do something in the background and all these things, and show them a demo shot. Like shoot the product and put something in the background or this kind of lighting or something like that, and you can always show them. It really helps if you're really like interested in getting the client. Demo shots really helps. The client definitely gets impressed by it.
Interesting. Any more questions, guys? I think we're getting late. 7:49. Uh, well, get rid of this. Yes. Okay. Before I go, two things that is what two things that I have to do. One is, of course, uh, thanks a lot, Pratik, because for sharing your life with us. You know, it's very interesting to see the journey that our alumni go through, and the kind of work they do. There are some who have done only one kind of work, and right through they've done only that. And there are some people like you jumped all over the places. I mean, in today's market, to tell you very frankly, Pratik, somebody who is set in Chennai, 40 covers and blah blah blah, whatever, is so set that even the architects and everybody loves you. वो सब छोड़ा only because you got bored of that and took a bigger challenge to come to Mumbai, which has got a rougher marketing thing because there are too many photographers in this place.
Yeah.
And you successfully cracked into that and got into that. Is speaking volumes about the hard work that you put in, and you make us very 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 proud. Pratik.
The pleasure
So,
is mine. It's all.
so
And I know
thank you so very much. Sorry.
always I had like whenever there was a peak in my career, I always came and told you. So I was always in touch with you. Like
You are always. Yes, yes, totally, totally. I mean, all my alumni are, in touch with me. And, the joke of the century is, there's a very recently, Mohit is going to be coming in one of the webinar. He's been shooting fashion nonstop, you know, right through the thing. One fine day, he gives me a call and says, sir, मेरे को जीप को शूट करना है जीप कंपनी का गाड़ी शूट करना है सो ऐसे तू कैसे मारेगा तेरे को तो फैशन है नहीं वो भी अंदर मारने का मतलब इट इज अ स्टूडियो शॉट ओके he's literally asking me so how do I do it and I'm guiding him on the phone and I'm using languages like split and all that kind of stuff because but then my students know what I'm talking about and can you believe it he actually went and shot it and those guys came back again to him for other shots. So one thing that happens with my students is that when we are in touch regularly for this kind of online help, it's a lot of fun, basically a lot of fun. So thanks a lot, Pratik. Thanks really, really so much because spending so much time and at the same time being so humble and giving yourself out to the students. Now we have the fifth episode coming in on 15th July at 6 p.m. The Meet the Master Craftsman fifth is with Rajiv Gaikwad. Rajiv Gaikwad has, you name the car, you name the bike, he shot it. He's been shooting that for, I think, in a very long time. And when we told him, thoda curate karke bhejna, he sent 160 pictures. So I think we're going to have a good time next time with Rajiv also. So, guys, stay safe, stay healthy. Yeah, don't break the rules. Keep that stupid mask on your face. Yeah. So good luck. God bless you. And thanks, Pratik.
thanks.
God bless. God bless. Give my love and hugs to the kid.